Dior. The set is a starry night. Yes, it's for Dior. Today, an exclusive visit on the filming of the Dior menswear show by the fantastic Kim Jones.
That's fucking cool.
A study of colors, the most beautiful and subtle color palette you'll see today. We'll talk to Kate Moss and Lila Grace.
The colors. I love the colors.
Obviously is a genius, creative genius.
We'll talk to the iconic painter Peter Doig.
I was interested in how clothing in a way sort of creates attitude, shape and form in a character.
We'll talk to models and to the creative team.
Il y a plusieurs chapeaux, mais ils sont tous peints par Peter Doig.
Elle est mi-hauteur quand même. Et t'as le Dior oblique en jacquard, tonal.
Hello, I'm Luc Prigent. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see the fun of fashion, the details and the inspirations. Hit the notification bell and leave a comment. No audience, no photographers, no editors. We're the only camera allowed on set, and I'm not sure we're actually allowed. Some celebrities are coming, but won't attend the show itself.
It's kind of weird doing these without people.
It is.
And it's just like making sure that everyone's safe and like looking after everyone, and it's like, you know, it's a lot of extra work. And then we had a short amount of time because originally it was going to be a show, and then they changed everything again. And you know, you have to respect the rules.
Pietro Beccari is the CEO of Dior.
With all we can, I think it's a fantastic collection, so I'm super excited and just very, very sad that people cannot take part physically to this.
The set is out of a painting of Peter Doig, the major British painter, enrolled by Kim Jones to collaborate on this Dior collection. Now, merci Kim Jones, you can get a Peter Doig painting on a shirt, on coats, remade in jacquard, embroidered, all over camouflage, the obsession on mysterious skiers, ice hockey players, and the starry sky at night. Here, you can see that the white hat has become this white hat, and the colorful sweater has become this colorful sweater.
And this is all cashmere, hand knitted.
Love the colors.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you have to be a painter to be able to do this kind of...
And, you know, it's funny working with painters, and like they're very much about, you know, Peter said sometimes he'll spend months just scraping paint off to get the perfect color.
This orange and braided coat has become this orange and braided coat. The military we see here is pure, non-threatening costume, an eerie fantasy of the military. Peter Doig was inspired by Soldiers in Petrushka, a ballet by Diaghilev, and he worked as a dresser in its production in the 1980s in London. So it's soldiers, but dancer soldiers.
I met Kim in London in early August, and we discussed possibilities, and my first thought was no, because I was not so interested in just having images of my artwork on, you know, like a glorified t-shirt type thing. But I said that if it could be more immersive, if the collaboration could be more in-depth, the whole collection or a lot more of the collection than normal collaborations with artists, that's when I would be very interested.
Peter Doig is a quite expensive painter. His paintings are in the most important museums. He's a star at auctions at Sotheby's and Christie's. He's collected by the greats.
Well, I bought a Peter Doig in a charity auction, and so I have a sketch by my bed. So, yeah.
That's
very nice. No, it's not bad.
And did he paint you? Ever?
No, he didn't paint me, no. I know.
Because every English painter is supposed to have painted you at some point.
No, not him, but a lot of them have, yeah. Or I've worked with a lot.
When I went to Peter's studio, he had Florian Schneider from Kraftwerk's speakers in there, and I love Kraftwerk, so this is a recreation of them to a bigger scale. And then Peter painted a painting of how, you know, I said, how do you see the set? I said, I definitely see those speakers in the set.
We're both very interested in music, Kim and I, and we wanted to have music to play a strong part in the presentation. The central speakers are important because they're actually old cinema speakers. And although they're very beautiful, they were designed not to be seen. They're purely functional, but they have this incredible beauty. So the idea in my mind was that the screen raises up and it reveals what's behind. It kind of reveals the sort of artifice of our world in a way. And I think it also reveals the sort of theatricality of the collection, really.
Basically, with the collection, it's like Peter's been in every single fitting and every meeting with us. We've been like taking the characters out of his paintings and bringing them to life again in a Dior way, so to speak. But then you can see all the brocades and all the military, well, like the ceremonial outfits. They actually come from commissions that have been done by Dior, the embroideries and things like that. So we took those as well to just mix it together. So it's taking, you know, the ceremonial side of French dressing, so to speak, and then mixing it with what Peter's style was, just really making it, you know, taking the colour palette from his work and, you know, really working into it.
We discussed like a colour palette for the whole collection. Everything from very, very bright yellows and oranges through quite somber sort of indigos and burgundies and plum, and we basically had a colour range that we stuck to quite strictly. Those colours, for me anyway, exist in my paintings.
The colours. I love the colours that Peter Doig, I think, has done with Kim.
Ludwig looked like a painting.
Yeah, exactly. And then the hat, that's Peter there, and that's the hat, they're all hand painted. And this is a Christian Berard painting that Peter's recreated. There's 10 hats in all that were hand painted.
Kim savait que moi je connais Peter, je le connais depuis 35 ans peut-être. Oui, nous étions au collège encore.
C'est pas vrai?
Oui, nous étions les amis des clubs
Mais non.
Des années 80 ensemble.
Dans quel club?
Le Blitz et tout ça,
le fameux.
Au début des années 80. Quand je suis venu à Paris pour faire les premiers défilés, Peter m'aidait pour faire les chapeaux, pour faire la peinture sur les chapeaux, pour changer les couleurs et tout ça. Dans le matin, je dis, est-ce que tu peux m'aider pour terminer ce chapeau pour Thierry Mugler?
Ah, trop mignon. Envers quelle année?
Pour le grand défilé au Zénith qu'il a fait. Oui, c'est Peter qui travaille au-dessus.
We've come sort of full circle. I never imagined I'd ever be working on hats with Stephen Jones in Paris.
Toujours dans les peintures de Peter, les hommes en particulier portent les chapeaux. C'est un signe d'un costume, d'être quelqu'un d'autre. Moi, j'ai adapté, je le fais parce que souvent c'est les chapeaux de forme très haut ou très large. J'ai fait un chapeau un peu plus comme M. Dior s'appelle son chapeau anglais, qui est un chapeau melon.
The hats definitely are incredible, obviously, because they're painted by Peter.
How is your hat, may I ask?
How is it?
Yeah, is it hot?
Oh, no, not at all, not at all. It's slightly warm, but feels more just like a light layer, if anything.
Is there a structure to it? Or it's
yeah, so it's like, back, Stephen said he wanted the back to cover the name slightly, so it's longer along the back. Just put it along your ears. It's quite fitted, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's cool.
Fits you good.
Love.
This is Thibaut Denis, the senior shoe designer for menswear at Dior. Let's have a Dior menswear shoe report. Dior menswear shoe report. Dior menswear shoe report. Dior menswear shoe report.
Il y a deux thèmes. Il y a le thème workwear où on a utilisé des semelles crantées et des protections en gomme sur des boots d'équitation et des Chelsea boots. On a vraiment travaillé comme une boot d'équitation. Donc il y a vraiment la forme ici qui aide à rentrer le pied sans avoir ni de zip ni de quoi que ce soit sur l'intérieur de la boot.
Et je peux sauter dans l'eau?
Ouais.
Ok.
Surtout, il faut sauter dans l'eau.
Pour jardiner, ça va être bien ça. Je fais une option.
C'est noté. 43.
Ouais, exactement. Oh là là. Juste en regardant mes chaussures, t'as vu que j'ai dit 43?
C'est trop grand pour être du 9. Et c'est trop petit pour être du 44. Et il y a en effet le thème plus snow boots qu'on a développé sur une semelle comme un peu d'hiking avec un système de lassage qu'on peut plus ou moins identifier. La construction elle est intéressante parce que c'est construit exactement comme une doudoune, un vêtement. Donc la tige est terminée et on met les plumes à l'intérieur après.
Mais non.
Si, donc elle tient vraiment chaud. Et t'as le Dior oblique en jacquard.
Ah, je le voyais pas.
Tonal. Comme ça on reste dans quelque chose de nylon mais avec un branding et le petit réglage sur le haut pour resserrer la boot.
Et comment est la semelle?
La semelle, donc elle est en deux parties, polyuréthane et gomme, bicolore, avec le logo en opposition sur l'arrière du talon. Kim aimait beaucoup l'idée du contraste des pantalons et du côté sport de la boot.
Ouais, c'est un pantalon très formel, c'est ça?
Exactement, gros grain sur le côté, ouvert un petit peu, très Peter Doig. Il est porte aujourd'hui. C'est une idée de Peter Doig à la base. Il nous a donné une image d'inspiration d'une boot qui devait être des années 90 avec ce système de lassage et on a essayé de la rendre la plus moderne possible.
I came up with an idea for the shoe. The brilliant Thibaut at Dior, he perfected it. He made it very wearable and not a kind of joke shoe at all. It's actually a very practical, comfortable, beautiful boot as far as I'm concerned.
On Kim Jones t-shirt, a golden nugget, which is, you get it, very prestigious.
What's on your t-shirt?
It's an OBE.
Congratulations.
I know, I just like it. I just thought it was quite fun to wear.
OBE, I don't know, Order of the British Empire. Yes. It means you are one of the Queen's very good subjects.
It's a big honor, right?
Yeah, it's a big honor, yeah. I don't have one yet.
No?
No.
Oh, what are they waiting
I know.
for?
It was really nice because it's for my work, and they thought about it, and I thought, well, it's a very nice compliment. And my parents would be proud if they were here, so I thought it was nice to get it.
And you find this sense of pride of medals in the collection. Suddenly the models are Chevalier de l'Ordre de Dior, double star medals made with passementerie on this jacket. Voilà, this was my report about the Dior menswear collection by Kim Jones for winter 2021-2022. Subscribe to my channel to see the fun of Paris fashion. You can binge on my other videos and hit the notification bell and leave a comment about your favorite color in this collection. I'm all about the green of Peter Doig's sweater and the purple of Kate Moss coat. And you?